I'm often asked, Nikita, how is profit actually realized? How is it formed? With spot plus futures arbitrage, what do I need to do to earn from either inter-exchange arbitrage or funding rate arbitrage? How does it work? How do you make money from it? This video is made especially for those people who ask these kinds of questions. I'll explain to you how to enter a position, why and where the profit comes from, and how to make money from it. Give this video a like because it's going to be very interesting and useful. Watch it till the end, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, let's get started. I use the Arbitrage Scanner tool, so I'll be demonstrating using it as an example. The link to Arbitrage Scanner is in the description, and you'll also find the promo code there. Look, here we have screeners and scanners that help us find deals. Of course, you can find all this manually, but it's very time consuming and inconvenient. Here, everything is displayed automatically for us. Let's start with futures arbitrage. How do we make money there? We go into perpetual arbitrage, of course. Here we have deals. We enter the parameters by which the deals are shown to use. I've already entered everything, and we look for some deals. For example, with ZEC, there's a 14% profit, but actually the prices haven't matched here for a while. I'm not sure what happened on their end. So what causes these kinds of spreads to appear? It could be that there's not enough liquidity on a certain exchange, or maybe a large player bought or sold an order, and the price moved significantly on one of the exchanges, while on the others, it stayed the same. That's how the spread appears, and we can take advantage of that spread. If, for example, we're arbitraging through inter-exchange arbitrage, we buy on one exchange, transfer to another, and sell at a higher price. With spot plus futures, we buy on the spot market and short on the futures market. When the prices converge, we close our positions and lock in the profit. That's it. These are the kinds of earning strategies we have. As for futures arbitrage, how do you enter a position correctly? For example, on the Lang token, we have an arbitrage opportunity at 0.93. Let me show you using this as an example. In this case, the funding is positive, so we'll also be earning funding. Let's break it all down now. We immediately open our TX on BingX and see what needs to be done. The arbitrage scanner shows us the pair, the exchange where we need to buy spot, and the exchange where we need to short, as well as the profit we will earn. Let's go to TX and check the price of this token. We see that on our TX, this token is priced at 0.00005983. At the same time, on the Binget exchange, this token is priced at 0.0006112. We have a spread that we can capture. What should we do? Since the token is cheaper on spot, we buy it there. Let's take, say, 500 bucks, right? With 500 bucks, we buy spot, and with another 500 bucks, we open a futures position on isolated margin with 1x leverage. If, for example, you enter with 400 bucks and want to enter with 200 bucks, use 2x leverage with a trade volume of 400 bucks. That's it. In that case, you can use leverage. Otherwise, leverage increases the risk of liquidation, so it's better not to use it. So, what's happening here? We buy on spot, so we have a token on spot for 500 bucks, and we also have a short position open for 500 bucks as well. Our futures price always tends to move toward the spot price, and when the prices converge, we lock in the difference. You might ask me, what if the price goes up or the price goes down? What happens then? Accordingly, we are in the delta neutral position. It doesn't matter to us what happens next. If we have a short open and the price goes up great, we have spot, the spot will rise and offset our loss. If the price goes down even better, we have a short open, and at the same time we have spot. Accordingly, the profit from the short will offset the loss. But the essence of arbitrage is to catch this convergence of prices, that is, between the spot and the futures. When the prices converge or get very close, we close the position and lock in the profit. That's the whole point. So we buy on the spot and short on the futures. And when the prices converge, we close the position, sell our spot and close the futures. And that's where the profit we earn comes from. We also have funding. You can check it on the exchange. Here we have funding at plus 0.01. Accordingly, as long as we hold the short, if we keep it for another 50 minutes, we'll receive additional funding on our position. Funding is determined by what people are doing in the market. If there are more long traders, the funding is negative. If there are more short traders, the funding is positive. Accordingly, if everyone keeps going long, the token will only rise in one direction, and the market maker won't be able to manage or balance the price levels. Funding exists to help equalize prices in the market. And those who go against the crowd, for example, if everyone is going long, the funding is positive. But there are people who go against the crowd. They're called short traders, and they short. Accordingly, they will receive payments from the long traders. Since there are a lot of long traders and fewer short traders, the short traders will receive payments from the long traders. And you can take advantage of these inefficiencies. Since we've moved on to funding, let's take a look at the Arbitrage Scanner. There's a funding rate tab. It's completely free. Go ahead and use it. Look, here's the FLAW token. We have a spread of 1.87. What can we do here? We see that on Maxi, the funding is positive, while on KuCoin it's negative. Great. This is actually a perfect opportunity that we can take advantage of. So here we see that the funding is negative. That means there are a lot of short sellers, and those who go short will have to pay the funding fee. But if we go against the crowd and start going long, we'll receive a funding rate of 1.87% on our position. The next funding will be deducted in 4 hours and 47 minutes. Naturally, we can open a long here and earn that 1.87% on our position. And on the Maxi exchange, our funding is positive. Accordingly, we short here. And for a short position, we'll receive yes, it's just a tiny amount. But thanks to the huge spread, over there it's heavily negative, while here it's positive. So we'll be capturing this spread. Here we short, the funding will be deducted in 47 minutes, and accordingly we make a profit. We can wait until the funding is deducted and the new funding rate is displayed, and if it turns out to be positive or just slightly negative, we can still enter a short here so that we remain in a hedged position. We have a long open on KuCoin, a short open here, and it doesn't matter to us where the price goes. Our goal is to collect the funding. So in 4 hours, when the funding is deducted on KuCoin, we close the position, locking in our profit. In your trades, you'll see how much funding has been credited to your position, and that's it. You close both the short and the long at the same time. Naturally, you've only collected the funding. Your position was delta neutral, with both the long and the short open for the same amount. Naturally, you don't care which way the price moves. The main thing for you is to collect the funding. Once the funding is credited grade, close the trade and lock in the profit. Now let's move on to inter-exchange arbitrage. Where does the profit come from there? Here, we can also set certain parameters. Here, we are presented with trades. Be sure to check that the deposit network and the withdrawal network are the same. In this case, we won't be able to arbitrage because we're depositing BNB, but can only deposit Solana. This option doesn't work for us. But there is the Mavia token. Look, we can withdraw it on Ethereum and deposit it on the Ethereum network as well. This works for us between Bybit and KuCoin. Let's go to the exchanges and check the prices there. We see that the Mavia token costs 1,760 on Bybit, while on KuCoin it costs 1,788. Accordingly, we have a small spread here that we can take advantage of. We buy the token on Bybit, transfer it to KuCoin, and sell it there. The spread is very small here, but in any case, we can still capture it. It was a bit larger before, so the price on KuCoin dropped a little, and now the prices are leveling out. Naturally, there are more risks here. If we have spot plus futures or a futures arbitrage, our delta is hedged and neutral, so it's actually very hard to lose money there. But here, while we're transferring tokens, we might end up paying high fees. The transaction might get delayed, and while we're transferring, the price could drop or something else could happen, or the prices could equalize, and in the end, there won't be any arbitrage opportunity. That's why inter-exchange arbitrage is one of the riskiest types of arbitrage. Spot plus futures, or futures arbitrage, is less risky. It's a delta neutral hedged position for us. But specifically, inter-exchange arbitrage carries more risks. However, it also works if you act quickly, buy fast, transfer quickly to another exchange. Right now, the spread is growing again. See, here it's 17.59, and over here the price is holding at 17.88. So this way, we can make a profit, buy on Bybit, transfer to KuCoin, sell it there, and pocket the profit. And you don't need to look for such trades manually. The Arbitrage Scanner service will find everything for you. You just enter the necessary parameters, and the service gives you the trades. All you need to do is go to the exchange, open a position, close the position, and take your profit. That's it. It's as simple as it gets. On our channel, there are tons of case studies, trade breakdowns, showing how we open and close trades, and how much we earn. So check out the other videos on our channel. The link to Arbitrage Scanner is in the description. Go ahead, try it absolutely free. There are different types of subscriptions for beginners, for business, platinum, and enterprise. They offer different features. You can read here about what each one provides. Accordingly, choose a subscription that fits your needs. Start using Arbitrage Scanner and begin earning from crypto arbitrage. I personally use Arbitrage Scanner myself, and I recommend it to you. Give it a try. If you like it, buy a subscription and start making money with crypto arbitrage. After all, Arbitrage Scanner is your personal assistant. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're here for the first time. Share it with your friends so they also know how it works, how to make a profit, and how to find deals. Well, I'll see you in the next videos. Bye everyone!